make way for turkeys.
Come on, the rest of yous. I think that's it.
In New Hampshire these days, you'll find them on parade, ruffling feathers, and game for a round of turkey tag. Granite Staters flock to our ULocal Facebook page to post images of the birds overtaking their backyards, and in some cases, unable to find the way out.
Is it still there?
With so many around nowadays, it's hard to believe that there was a time when there were no turkeys in the state. Not a one.
According to digging up old history books, the last one in New Hampshire was seen in Ware in 1854.
Ted, the Turkey Man Walski of New Hampshire Fish and Game, says the birds just flew the coop and were gone for close to 120 years.
I don't expect them to be down here this time of November. They got a lot of acorns and beech nuts in the woods.
Wild turkeys came back to roost in New Hampshire thanks to Ted. Just ask call of the wild turkey expert, Gary Coburn.
He's a legend, as they call him. He's been very, very devoted to restoring turkeys back to the state of New Hampshire.
The goal was to provide a new major game species for hunters.
Because I want to do something for the game resource that I really respect and appreciate.
He's the reason we have the season.
This comeback story started 50 years ago with a trade. The people of West Virginia gave New Hampshire 26 wild turkeys. And in exchange, New Hampshire sent West Virginia the 26 Fisher cats it wanted to curb its porcupine population. Unfortunately, the West Virginia birds were not a hardy bunch and didn't make it through the unusually harsh and snowy New Hampshire winter. A few years later, in 1975, a gift arrived from New York Fish and Game, a flock of 25 clucking and gobbling New Yorkers, and the wild turkey population took flight. And why did that finally work?
Well, I'd like to think it was because I picked the best farmland sites to transplant them to.
Ted set the birds free in Walpole and farm towns along the Connecticut River where food was abundant.
Any kind of dried fruit or berry that's on the bush or tree above the snow is potential turkey food.
So this is a feast for them.
One time I even took some of the beech nuts that were in a turkey and I put them in a bowl for people to sample. They got recycled.
As the numbers grew, Ted spread the turkeys out around the state, but he had to catch them first, using a cannon net like this. The 75-year-old remembers it wasn't easy, and he has the scars to prove it.
To raise the sharp spurs on them big males can slit you right open.
New Hampshire's first turkey hunt happened in 1980, and now there's a spring and fall season. Spring of 2019, some areas allowed hunters to take not one, but two birds for the first time.
How many do we have in the state right now, turkeys?
Maybe a maximum of maybe 40,000.
These two have held turkey hunting seminars through the years. Gary also shares his knowledge online.
And then it's just a matter of using chunk box skull chalk from a hardware store. Don't use chalk from a chalkboard because it contains the grease and will make your call sound squeaky.
He makes all kinds of game calls
Clucks.
and can talk turkey.
Hens yelp all the time. It's you know, like a where are you, and it goes like this.
Do you have conversations with the turkeys out there?
You definitely do. A lot of times I'll call in the hens, which is nice because a lot of times if there's a gobbler with them, when you call that hen in, he comes in. Let's do a purr. There you go. Here you go. You're a pro. I'm gonna have to sign you up to my pro staff team.
Turkey hunters may also use an owl call.
Or if I use my voice, I just go.
If you do the owl call,
Yep.
how does that help you locate a turkey?
The turkeys will gobble at it because the owl is an enemy of a turkey. You can get a turkey to gobble. You can do it.
With the loss of farms, many turkeys have migrated east of Concord and into neighborhoods.
I don't lose sleep anymore what they're going to do for winter food. And if they can get some winter food from the backyard bird feeders to pull them through the deep snow, that's a big plus.
They kind of start to get domesticated, where people say, what's so hard about hunting these turkeys? I have to blow the horn to get them out of the road and whatnot. But the true wild turkey back in the woods is nothing like the turkeys you see in the cities.
In New Hampshire, the turkey is no longer a rare bird. A feather in Ted Walsky's cap.